see, the topic for today, time shall tell. Whoever on earth think that Buhari can be our president again. Because the other time, Awolowo was canvassing or preaching that he wanted to probe those who has looted Nigerian votes. Obasanjo, Babangida, and the rest of them, and those politicians then who are myopic in thinking, in nature, they block Awolowo. In 1983, they started counting. In 1979, they have been counting the election. The election result has been released in Kano, in Kaduna. Awolowo has been winning, but Obasanjo stopped it because he did not want to hear what they call probe. Had it been we have woken up that time, we have already bet the cat at that time. And look at the most foolish president we have. The most foolish president we have is Gowon, who do tell us at the wake of one night that we have excess money and declare Udoji Award. There is no sense. He has no brain. Now the time is telling. The Lord prolong his life to see Nigeria in recession. The Lord prolong his life to see Nigeria in recession. Then again, when Muritala got to Asaba, he broke the central bank. He said he meant 4 kobo. But when he was about getting to reach his goal, in 1976, February 13, they used gun to push him out of the seat. That means time eventually tell. Look at Ben Bruce. Whenever he grant an interview, you'll be thinking that we have seen the best Nigeria so far. But now he's owing the bank. He cannot talk again. Because Revelation 3 verse 1 to 5, his hand has been stained with blood. And that was the reason why the Lord said, David must not build for him because of the death of Uriah. He said, don't build for me, let your son build. Even the son that built too, they pull down what? They pull down the church. For Nigerian matter, the bad thing the British did to us, the bad thing the English people did to us, time shall tell. We'll soon get out of the bondage. Because Nigeria is not one. The Lord has revealed this, that we are going to have a private police. How can somebody from Ore, as a police, guide the palace of Emir of Kano effectively? It's a lie. It's a mere fallacy. How can somebody who was born in Kano to come and guide the palace of Odeaye? He cannot do it well. We need state police. We need park police from the indigenes to give them job in their place of state of origin. But Nigeria refused. They should take the power from the central and give it to the states. Let them do whatever they want to do. Look at the bitumen. It was not harnessed. What are we doing about these bad leaders? Obasanjo is a bad leader. Buhari too. Because Buhari is worried about many things. Although he has forgotten the sickness called dementia. Because he can be repeating himself and repeating himself. Buhari has dementia. It's people's choice and not God's choice. He's only making way for the Messiah to come. He's John of our time. And what happened to John? John was beheaded. We should pray that he's not assassinated, not killed. Rather than taking fertilizer to the north alone, the Southerners did not need fertilizer to plant their rubber in Midwest. They don't need rubber. They don't need fertilizer to plant maize in Okitubupa, in Odeaye, in Lututu, in all this area. And then they can make another seaport in Ibokoda so that they congest what we have in Lagos and Port Harcourt. And what are the Ondo State people doing about the port in what? In Ibokoda. Ondo State can stand as a nation. It can stand. Because when you look at it, the said time shall what? Tell. We are going to extract this one from the book of Genesis 30:30. In Genesis 30 from verse 21, he said 3 times in a month, in 3 months. His boss has even what? Demoted him. Reduce his what? His salary. Now, Jacob now said, inform his wife, I want to go to my brother. What I'm seeing here is even more than me. Then he arranged himself. In Genesis 31, he made a move. In Genesis 32, he broke his camp into two. Then he met his brother in 33. Time really tell on them. Although time is the greatest healer, time really tell. And to what Babangida, the role he played in Nigerian history, time will tell. What Bola Ajibola did to Nigerian history, time will tell. What the role of Obasanjo play, time will tell. The role Mimiko play, time will tell. The role Ambode played is playing now, time will tell. And then all what Amechi has done to the people of Rivers, time will tell. And what Yar'Adua family has done by burning the vaults, by putting a house, fire in the treasury, in Aso Rock then, time will tell. What transpired between Cecilia and Iburi, time shall tell. What happened between Fashola and for him rejecting Tinubu and going to be a minister, time shall tell. The story will come. And those who gang up, part of the governor and those who wanted to be governor, who won election from the jail, in order to get paid for what they did to what their great grandfather, the Chief Justice of the Federation, in the other time shall tell. There is nothing hidden that the Lord will not expose, and we will grow old. When you look at the book of John 21, from verse 10 to the end, he said a time is coming when we will grow old. We will not be able to go to where we wanted to go again. And because he said in the book of Psalm 90, verse 10, 11, 12, he said 60 years, 320s plus 10 is our year. And you should remember, in the book of Ezekiel 13:13, he said even Noah, Job, and Daniel should come back, they will only redeem themselves. And when you look at all the bragging, all the power Nebuchadnezzar arrogated to himself in the book of Daniel 10 and Daniel 11, God made him to go and deal. God dealt with him. He made him to go and eat with the animal for 7 years. And then when you look at it, what happened to Pharaoh's soldiers? He said, who will till the land for us? Who will help us to do the farming? If we should allow the Israelites to go. And they pursued them. And on getting to the middle of the road, they ran into the Red Sea, and they never come out till today. And because when you look at Numbers 21 and 22, he said, whom the Lord has not caused, nobody can cause. Our Messiah will soon melt the seats. But Nigeria will divide into two. We are United States of Nigeria. It's then we can know peace. It's then the Elisha people can enjoy their goods. It's then the people of Ondo State can enjoy their petrol and their bitumen. It's then the Kano people can enjoy their granite and make granite oil and tomato paste. And they will eat their yam by themselves. Because automatically all Nigerians are now making money for the Northerners. All the retired generals are in charge of the cattle yards. They are the owner of those cattle. They are the owner of those farms where they're bringing the yams. We are just using the money. They stole our money to do all these things. But they should allow us to go so that we can go and think for ourselves. And the topic for today, time shall tell. Time shall surely tell. On Rimbonke, time shall tell. On Warren Buffett, time shall tell. On the family of Obama, time shall tell. On the family of Hillary, time shall tell. On Obasanjo's family, time shall tell. Because the time is still coming in Nigeria, they will be telling us Obasanjo died 10 years ago. They will be telling us Babangida died 10 years ago. They will be telling us Oliko Yenasom Kuti died 10 years ago. Obasanjo killed the mother of Fela now. He sent the boys there to go and kill him. But death will still look for Obasanjo now. Death cannot be settled. And death will never take money, nor cola, nor hot drink, nor acre of land in Nigeria. So what are they thinking with their brain? Then when you look at it again in the book of Ezekiel 33 verse 1 to 5, it's that you that have been doing bad, if you change, the Lord is still there is still more room time for them to change. The Lord is still waiting for them to change. And what appeal to Nigerians? Forgive us all our sins. Because we don't wish them to die. Look at Doe, Samuel Doe. If you wanted to do bad, better change. Because time and tide wait for no man. There is time for everything under heaven. Because it said in the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 8, it said when three fell on tree, remove the third one. And when you look at the book of Romans 12, 1 to 5, Is anybody who wanted to do good? You should surrender to him. He will be able to take care of you. Because with God, everything is possible. And when you look at Psalm 49, the most important thing for the rich people to read are Jeremiah 17. And when you look at Jeremiah 5 and Jeremiah 8, and then when you look at what he said, these people have no conscience. They have no what? They have no conscience. When you look at the book of Proverbs 23, verse 6 to 7, it's telling you about conscience. And when you look at Genesis 42, from verse 16 to 21, he said we are from the same father. One of us is dead. Because he has forgotten that time has tell already. They are talking before whom? They are before Joseph. But they did not know. They did not know. Then when you look at the Acts of the Apostle 23, from verse 13 to 15, they said we 40 men have already vowed that we will never sleep nor go to bed until we slay Paul. Then time has already tell. If you are doing good, time will tell. Because when you look at the book of John 8, John 4, John 5, then John 14 and John 13, Mark 14 from verse 10 to 17, then Ezekiel 43, Ezekiel 33 verse 10, 11, 12. Then when you go to the book of Job 42, from verse 10 to the end, he said a lot of things. Brethren in Christ, in anything you are doing in your hidden room, in anything the Lord is watching, is pursuing you, you better change now. Tomorrow may be too late. Because we can drop the key at any time. When you look at the book of Isaiah 56, Isaiah 57, and Isaiah 60, he said, arise and shine. Please remove shame from your way and be shining. Give alms to the poor. Make a foundation. Give alms to the lazy. Because Jesus said in the book of John 13, he said, go and buy something for the feast and give the rest to the poor. And look at in the book of Luke 13 and Luke 12 and 14. He said the woman that contributed 2 denarii was the very one that contributed the most. And when you look at the book of Matthew 25, because what you need now is to remember the last statement of Judas Iscariot in the book of Matthew 27 from verse 1 to 10. He said, you have already sold the man to us. Go and take care of yourself. So go and take care of yourself. Walk with conscience. Walk on your conscience. Allow the Holy Spirit to direct.